dark road at night or strolling through the...
Hello everybody, SirMonkeySuit or Zappy here, back with Geass. It's been a while since I've actually recorded one of these. I think it's 3 weeks today since I recorded one. So it's been a while. So if I remember correctly, with the notes that I've got written down, there was the guy who came over with the Chinese Federation, who was looking to, like, you know, take it back over. Chinese Federation needed a sort of an excuse to attack. And that was their way in with this one guy who was originally connected with Genbu Kurogi, Suzaku's father when he was Prime Minister. And they were held up in some sort of like fortress up in fucking what's the name? Is it like up in Fukuoka somewhere? I think so. I don't know, something like that. But yeah, Schneisel is the current Prime Minister. I learned that last episode as well. Lancelot got a flying attachment, which is pretty fucking cool. Sawasaki, that was the guy. That was the name of the guy that was that came over the Chinese Federation. Euphemia does actually want to save Lelouch only, even though like that whole thing with Clovis happened and whatnot. You know, I think she's might be a bit biased considering the fact that, you know, we're following Lelouch and whatnot, but, you know, I think she kind of understands the situation. Clovis, while, you know, I think he was probably a bit naive and he didn't understand really the bad shit that he was actually doing. He did actually do bad shit, so, you know. Yeah, we've also got, like, sort of rivalries with Rockshada and Lloyd happening. There's obviously history there, so it'll be interesting to see how that comes about. We also had Lelouch and Suzaku actually teaming up in their mechs, which is a cool sight to see. And what is the... Is it the mech that Zero has now called Gwaine, is it? Yeah, because they're doing the Knights of the Round Table thing. Fucking Gwaine and Lancelot and shit. I imagine, like, the big mechs are probably going to get their Hall of Names of the Knights of the Round Table, probably. And then the big, massive one at the end of the show will probably be like Pendragon or some shit. So yeah. Yuffie and Suzaku are like a thing now. They're together. So it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out in the future. Obviously with Euphemia knowing who Zero is, and Suzaku not knowing, if that ever comes into play, how will that affect relationships and whatnot. So yeah, I think... Oh yeah, Shirley found the letter saying that Lelouch is Zero as well, which was some evidence that clearly just hadn't been getting rid of. It was like sort of wedged down the side of her like dresser or whatever, from before she got her mind erased by Lelouch. So I can see her coming back into it. I don't know if it's going to be a thing where like she kind of has something in her head where like she can remember everything that happened beforehand, or it's completely new memories where she's just going to... I feel like it's the first one. It has to be, right? Because it's more meaningful that way, I guess. So yeah, we'll have to see. It's definitely interesting. Like, there's this whole side plot thing happening with Shirley, and honestly, at the very start of like, you know, like first 10 episodes or whatever, like I never thought Shirley would even be that big of a part in this series, but it seems that's the way that it's going. So yes, I think that is it. Yeah, I think that's it. All right, so we're gonna get in episode 21, see where we go from here. So let's go. The Scroll Festival
Declaration.
Declaration.
Yes, it is true that the invasion by the Chinese Federation and the terrorism of the Black Knights have disrupted our society. But that is a completely separate issue. The fact remains that you've both been absent from class far too often. I don't care how good your grades are.
Zero's our savior! Even 11s can move up in the world. Just look at Suzaku Kururugi.
If it hadn't been for Zero, the Chinese Federation would have conquered Kyushu.
That isn't what it said on the news.
So opinions in the ghettos are split?
Some are submissive, some are defiant.
But they'll all be shocked when they find out Zero's
50-50.
goal is to start an independent nation.
I agree with Zero. Well, isn't it true?
This guy fucking tiptoes,
Hey,
like,
even I had
flip flops all the time,
dreams.
doesn't he?
If I hadn't thrown in with the Black Knights, I'd probably be hooked on Refrain by now.
Refrain might bring back her memory, so I could find out who Zero is. But what would I do if
Oh
I knew?
shit, yeah, because
Okay.
Refrain puts.
On that other issue.
Nice.
That's what I thought. So even Sawasaki and the others turned out to be useful. We've covered all the tasks at hand.
Yes, we gathered all the sector data on the emergency countermeasures that they left behind.
The press?
He's drawing up a list of occupation targets, broadcasting stations and such. Ogie has...
There's huge trouble!
I'll have to contact you later.
Trouble.
What are you doing goofing off like that?
It's gonna
We
be
have festival
stupid, isn't it?
chairman.
And suddenly you declared we had to have a 12-meter pizza.
Uh-huh. Isn't it great? It's gonna be the largest one of its kind in the world.
12
Just the
meter.
oven and the ingredients are causing an uproar.
That's an
Now
oven.
there's a TV crew running around campus.
Fuck.
You know we can't show our faces.
I was gonna write that down, mate. What's the point?
All right, stop right there.
So stupid.
We're all set on this end. Is this going to help you with your work?
Yes. I can gather data for our development project.
I understand. That's good then.
What the hell am I doing?
Let's go in.
No, I can't go into a Britannian school. I'm an 11.
That doesn't matter. The campus is open today. Come on.
Yeah, in you go, you two.
Hey, I found them first.
That's a relief. I thought you were never going to come back to
Jesus,
school.
Colin.
It's on purpose. Why didn't you tell anyone about who I really am?
You're Colin Stotfeld right now, aren't you? Not Colin Kozuki, right? I know this is against the rules, but while we're at school, I'd rather try to change your mind here than defeat you in combat later.
I'm gonna get Lelouch for this. He should have told me I had to be part of the horror house. The only person I let order me around is Zero. Oh, great. Here comes another couple.
Oh my god. Oh no.
You're back safe.
Fortunately, yes.
How can I prepare my coup d'etat?
I'm sorry.
How would you manage that?
Tunnel just broke in two.
Soldiers, how peaceful the world is.
Oh boy, where am I supposed to go to eat the biggest pizza in the world? Oh, so you're here.
The Glaston Knights who were standing by in the homeland have joined us here, and that means we even have Satvaf for the Gloucesters.
What a great honor. Being asked for assistance by Princess Cornelia, who is unmatched on the battlefield.
Please don't tease me about this.
You shine more beautifully and brightly than any flower or butterfly at a soiree. Yes, like the Flash herself.
God,
Please
God.
stop saying that. You know I'm only... Now where could Yuffie have disappeared to?
Bartley's project?
Oh yes, I really don't mind. But will he actually be of any use to us?
I'm asking about the
Who's
biggest
that?
pizza in the world.
I'm not going to deceive you over a pizza. The military and the press are here. What if they see you?
I'll wear a disguise. I don't like cold pizza.
Right now, I have a school festival and a coup d'etat to run.
This is, she's my...
Colin, authorized personnel only. Could you get them out of here now? Ogie?
I'm really sorry, but there's something I want to talk to Suzaku about. It's all right, Your Highness.
They all just show up at the same
Yuffie,
place,
I
don't
think
they?
this is a wonderful idea you've come up with.
Really? Now we can... I'm so sorry. Are you all right? I'm fine. Are you okay? Nonali? Huh?
Oh yeah, shit!
Is it you?
Oh shit! Hello everybody, just a reminder that if you go into the description and go to the Patreon, my Patreon specifically, and get the early access tier for $5 a month, you can get access to 4 episodes of Code Geass every single week, as opposed to the usual 2 that only the general public get. And you get them a week early as well, so pretty good value for money, I'd say. So if you're clamoring for more Code Geass reactions from me, that's the place to go. Again, it's in the description below to my Patreon, the early access tier for $5 a month. On with the video.
This is bad. If they see me here with C2, then...
Fucking crap.
Tank for the burner. I'm sure the spare ones are here.
Oh man, the fucking, just the ultimate convenience, you know?
Hello, what's up?
Are there any... Is that Lelouch? Are you here? There's something
Oh
important
my
I want to ask
God.
you about.
Find a way to get out of here fast.
Huh? The panels are falling! Run away! Don't just stand there! Whoa!
you got caught in that weirdness back there.
No, it was actually sort of fun. I haven't felt this excited in a long time. You know, Ogie, I wonder if the person I used to be was as happy as I am now.
I don't think so.
Can you tell me what you were going to say when we were back there at the school? I really don't think I'd mind becoming an 11.
Will you keep our secret? I mean about Lelouch and I being here?
But if you just stay here like this...
All I want is to be with my brother. That's all that matters.
Please note that this contraption at my feet is an oven specially built for this occasion. A fabulous waste of money!
Yes, I understand, Shirley. I promise I'll make time for you. Still, they seem so optimistic, don't they? The Chinese Federation attacked just the other day. Yet look at everyone.
That's why we need this. Festivals are necessary. For everyone, all the time.
Lelouch!
Nonnally, how's the pizza?
But
Sorry, I need a second. Call me if something happens.
Yes, it's a bit of an antique. However, at the controls is the student council's special member and Princess Euphemia's personal knight,
Suzaku.
Kurugi!
Yes, Suzaku's like a ray of hope for many 11s. They revere him. I see. This is a day of sweet surprises. To think you and Nonnally were so close all this time, and that you and Suzaku are friends as well.
What is that guy doing? This is no time to be hitting on some flirty girl.
I
For
never want
fuck's
to see
sake.
people unhappy ever again.
Oh no, for fuck's sake.
Is that Princess Euphemia?
Princess Euphemia?
Lelouch, take Nonnally away!
Sorry to leave you alone at a time like this.
That's right. The sub-viceroy is near the main entrance.
I copy. I'll send in the backup team.
That's just he's still
Get
going.
into the studio, quick!
No, not the fucking pizza! Shit! Fucking come on.
For your help, we'll take over from here. Stand back,
HITV, a comment. Just one word, please.
Princess Euphemia, it's me, Nina! I'll get you out of here!
Oh god.
This is getting tight! Please excuse me! No, don't!
Looks like we wasted the equipment space inside the news van. There's no need for the captain of the Zero Squad to escape now either. I'd like you to continue to stay undercover here in the settlement. I'll introduce you to Zero later on.
I understand.
Wait, what?
Lelouch, guess what? Yuffie said that she and Suzaku are becoming very close now. They make a nice couple. Don't you agree?
Nonnally, you...
Could you please network this broadcast nationwide?
Huh? You mean go live now?
Yuffie?
I have a very important announcement.
Your Highness, it's Princess Euphemia!
There is something of great consequence that I wish to tell you all today.
Now what? This little girl makes such a fuss.
I, Euphemia Lee Britannia, hereby declare the formation of the specially administrated zone of Japan in the area surrounding Mount Fuji.
What?
Britannia has...
They're recognizing Japan?
Oh shit!
I never thought of this scheme.
Within the specially administrated zone of Japan, 11s will be permitted to call themselves Japanese.
Wow.
Restrictions against 11s and special rights for Britannians will no longer exist within this zone.
Stop this, Yuffie. I already thought through every detail of that scenario. It's nothing but an empty dream.
Do you hear me, Zero? I don't care about your past nor who you are underneath that mask. I beg you, join us in creating this special zone of freedom.
Join Zero? No way! Just think about Prince Clovis.
What is she doing?
Zero, help me build a new future within Britannia.
I'm finished. Either way I go, the Black Knights will break apart over this. The reason we exist has vanished. How could this have happened so easily? Even if it is a place where we can be ourselves. You know nothing. You understand nothing.
Lelouch, now it can be like before.
No, the past is dead and gone. Euphemia!
Oh shit. Fuck. He's not gonna kill her, is he? That can't be right. He's not gonna kill her. He can't. No, no, no. he can still use Geass on her. So you could still, like, just tell her to revert the decision. I hope so, because Euphomia's not doing it out of fucking, you know what I mean, just... Oh my god. I didn't know what she was going to say. I thought she was going to announce... I guess they, like, people already know that, though, so... I think he can just use Geass on Euphemia and just make her, like, revert the decision. But fucking hell, that has ruffled a lot of feathers. For fucking Christ. Okay. So from the top, and opinions on in the ghetto are kind of 50-50 on sort of the right way of doing things, because obviously you've still got Britannia controlling the media, controlling what goes out to the public and stuff, and then the people who are actually seeing what is actually happening. So yeah, it's a split 50-50. I like the fact that Oki was thinking about using refrain on Valletta, because yeah, the drug like takes them back. I don't know how that works with amnesia, and also the fact that like if Lelouch was to use Geass on Valletta to kind of, I don't know, maybe do something with her brain, maybe like reset her memory or anything, would that like get rid of that amnesia as well? You know what I mean? Because she's suffering from it, and I'm wondering if anything like Geass or refrain would even work. I guess it would, right? Because amnesia is not like... It's not like your memories are just completely gone. It's more like they're there, you just can't kind of access them yet. Innit? I'm pretty sure that's how it works, so... I guess it would work, yeah. But I like the idea that they brought back refrain, using the idea of like using that so that Ogi can find out who Zero is. I don't know how that would... Like, even if Ogi got that information, would it really change anything? Because yeah, you would find out that, oh right, okay, so it's this student, but he wouldn't know that it's like, oh, this kid is, you know, like actually royalty. He wouldn't know that. But yeah, let's see. Suzaku with Carlin, first time they met in the episode, when Suzaku basically Suzaku just doesn't act on what he says. If he was really truly doing what he was wanting to do, then he would go along with his job, even if he was in school. You know, he would still like get Carlin and put her under arrest or whatever the fuck he was going to do, if he actually acted on what he actually says. And I think this is going down again to the one thing that he said, and I think it was like in episode 7 or something like that. I think it was during the Japan Liberation Front when they had the hostages and stuff in that big tall building, and Suzaku was saying, I do things like following the, like, you know, I do things by the system. I don't let emotions dictate like what I do and whatever. And I remember saying like, well, you say that, but then what if it comes up to a situation where like, if you know that Lelouch is the one being Zero, like, are you telling me that like you would not, like, that some hesitation would not be there? Or if, you know, you can save somebody, but you would have to go outside the system to do it, would you do it? And I've always been, like, sort of that way inclined on Suzaku. Like, he keeps saying, like, that, oh no, he's completely in the system, he goes by the book, but he doesn't. But I just don't think so. don't think so at all. You know, I think more often than not, he's more inclined to do things out of his own emotions than what Lelouch is. Out of a lot of characters in this show, I feel like he does things out of like more out of emotional attachment than system stuff. Like I just yeah, I think he's very sort of. I think he is sort of hypocritical of himself. You know, and he just. Yeah, it's like it's definitely it's not changing. I don't think it's going to change anytime soon. But yeah, so Cornelia mentioned the Glaston Knights. I imagine there's obviously some sort of elite guard or something from the homeland that have been sent over. There was a guy in a sort of a tank submerged underwater, which probably gives me some, maybe like someone similar to almost C2 kind of vibes. Somebody who's maybe not entirely human, like maybe like an android or some sort of like cyborg type fucking guy or something like that. Like a super soldier kind of thing. I can see that happening. Bit of incest shit going on with fucking Schneisel. Bigging up Cornelia a bit. Okay. Fucking. Let's see where that goes, I guess. Yeah, and it seems as Shirley's wanting to confront Lelouch about the letter, I believe. I don't see why else Shirley would want to go talk to Lelouch about anything. So I'm guessing that's what it is she's wanting to go talk to him about. So yeah, we've got that side thing going on. We've got the Valletta thing going on, the thing with her. That's a real sort of intrigue point for me, is Valletta and how she's going to react when she eventually remembers everything. Because, you know, I can't just sit here and imagine like what it would be like, because I've never had amnesia before. Like, if you got amnesia and then you were doing something that you would have never done beforehand, and it might go like against a lot of the things that you previously did, and then you gain all of your memories back, which one would you be inclined to sort of go with, you know? I feel like what's going to happen, and this all depends on Ogi really, because Ogi's he's becoming a bit of a maverick in the Black Knights, where he's like the only one that's not entirely, I mean, I guess you could kind of say Detard is as well, but Ogi's kind of, you know, he's doing the Black Knight stuff, but he's kind of on this sort of like one-man mission to kind of figure out who the fuck Zero is, and he's quite suspicious of him. So it all depends on where this goes with Ogi, but I think what will end up happening is that when Valletta eventually gets her memories back, the only thing she's going to really have with Ogi is that sort of love connection. So I think the relationship that is something that'll carry on after she gets her memories back, but it's going to depend on what Ogi does afterwards. The thing is that Ogi really should, for his character's sake, always be on the resistance side. He should never be on the Britannian side. So it's gonna come down to what Valletta is doing. I mean, when she gets her memories back, I just think that maybe I think it might turn Valletta over to the resistance side a bit. But she's not going to be happy with Zero, put it that way. Because Valletta and Jeremiah were sort of mavericks in the Britannian setup as well. Like, they were mavericks in there because they were out for themselves, trying to just get up the ranks to better themselves. They weren't doing it for any other reason other than that. I don't think they have a real sense of this whole sense of oh yeah, follow the Britannian way or whatever the fuck. I think they were just out for themselves. So I don't see why not. Valletta may just end up fucking off Britannia to be on the resistance side with Ogi or whatever. I don't know. We'll have to see where that goes, though. So yeah, it's said that Suzaku is kind of a ray of hope for a lot of 11s, and obviously Carlin sort of thinking on that. Carlin probably seeing the side of because Carlin only sees what she believes is the only way forward for Japan is that you be a resistance group, and you do it like in the way the Black Knights are doing it. Whereas Suzaku's doing it in a different way, where it's possible that not like Japan will never be a thing again. Of course, with Euphemia like changing the area around Mount Fuji as a sort of Japanese zone, then that is obviously that is something that is actually happening. But it's sort of it does give Suzaku's side of things a lot of credence when throughout the show when you're seeing like, oh well, Lelouch is like, no, there's no way you're going to be able to do anything from the inside because they're not going to allow you to let that happen. And I think in a lot of cases, like Lelouch is right when he said that, or when he thinks that, because I mean the only reason why this is even happening is because of Euphemia anyway. If Euphemia wasn't like this at all, this would never be happening. So I think Suzaku's gotten really like really lucky with that. But yeah, it does lend a lot of credence to the fact that there are a lot of Japanese people out there that are actually looking at Suzaku as sort of like oh holy shit, we can, like, you know what I mean? Look, Suzaku can do it, we can do it as well, kind of shit, which is always good. So yeah, the girl is still engraved on the wall. I haven't been taking notice of, like, I don't know if they've like had specific like very prominent like dates or like how long this has been going on for. But it's got to have been going like at least a couple of months, right? Maybe a month at most. So yeah, I mean the timing, she's still going every day. I'm sure it'll come up at some point, like when she either stops or something like that, and we'll eventually find out. But yeah, here's an interesting one. Why was Detard talking to I can't even remember her name. Nunnally's maid. Begins with an S, right? I'm sure it does. Why? And also, why is her maid like so like? She looks like she's under like she's under the sort of effect of a Geass, but obviously it's not, because you can tell when she's under a Geass because the eyes go like round like red and stuff. But she wasn't. But she was almost acting like she was. She was very bland. She was very robotic. I don't understand why Detard's saying I will introduce you to Zero at some point. So maybe Nunnally's maid is on board, like. She, having her own thoughts, is probably very much on board with what Zero's doing, and maybe wants to meet him through Detard, and maybe that's what all it is. But it's just interesting, and it's sort of like, it is sort of suspicious from Detard, because Detard does do his own things for his own like well-being. Obviously, he says that like, oh, no, I'm doing this for you. I'm just documenting your shit. You know what I mean? Just think of me on the sidelines with a camera. But he does like sort of involve himself a bit too much, at least more than what anybody else does. And it is very suspicious, and I'm wondering why none of these maids there doing something, and the fact that she looks like she's under the effect of a Geass when she's not. There's definitely something there, so yeah, I guess we'll find out. But we're going to go into episode 2 now, alright? So that is the end of that. In the description below, I have a bunch of links to different places. One of them is the Discord. I urge everyone to go over there, especially if you want me to react to a certain show, because that's where polls and things start. So yeah, get yourself over to the Discord, come chat, come join the community. Yeah, my PO box is also in the description below, so if you do want to send me anything at all, you can do with that address there. I'll open it up on camera. It'll be a nice little addition to the video. And Patreon is the big one. So obviously in my Patreon, I have a bunch of different tiers, different rewards for like how much you pay versus how much you get back. So the most popular one is the $5 a month. That gets you early access, so it gives you episodes a week early. And not only that, but you actually get 2 extra episodes per show that I do, as opposed to the general public. So the general public only gets 2 episodes of like every show every week. If you're on Patreon on the early access, you get 4 episodes of each of those shows a week. So, you know, you get 4 episodes of like, not anymore, because obviously like 2 of these are coming to an end, but whatever precedes them will get 4 episodes a week as well. But as of right now, Steins Gate, Haikyuu, Tokyo Ghoul, Code Geass, 4 episodes a week. That's 16 across the like across the week of all of them shows. That's 64 episodes a month, as opposed to the general public only gets 32. So yeah, it's pretty good value. So if that's where you're wanting, you know, if you want more reactions and stuff from me, that's where you want to go. $10 a month, that's full length. So if you want to see my unedited reactions to all the shows that I do, full length is the place to go. That's $10 a month. $15 a month, that's exclusive. That gives you access to another show that I'm doing currently, which is Parasite, and it also gives you access to all the OVAs as well. I put all my OVAs in the exclusive as well, so if you want to see those, that's a place to go. $50 a month is the Elite tier. That gives you a choice of one show that you want me to react to, and I will react to it. The limit is 150 episodes, and obviously as long as I haven't seen it before. So yeah, that'll go like to the back of the queue, and I will get to that eventually. That's $50 a month, the Elite tier. But if you want to jump the queue so that I will react to the show that you choose next, then you want to get the God tier, which is $100 a month. And yeah, so you get one choice. But it is accumulative. So if you pay like $100 one month, you get the choice of a show to watch. I'll watch that next. And then the second month, and you pay $100 again, you actually get a second choice. So, you know, it keeps going. Every time you pay, you get one choice. So, you know, that goes for God tier and Elite tier. So, yeah. So that is all. So thank you everyone for watching. I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.